well, 4 different main ways that we coach around: health, balance, love, and fitness. Whereas it helps you create and experience many, many more magical moments. And those magical moments is when you're exercising that personal power to influence yourself, others, and life. They're pretty cool. Most health and fitness modalities is not about that. It's about how much more muscles can I get, how much further can I stretch, how much further can I run. Missing that, there's something beneath the surface. The unseen aspect of the iceberg that most of us don't see. And that's what this conversation is about. Getting into those areas that we don't always recognize as part of our health and fitness. The spiritual part, emotional, social, spirit, and the mental. Those aspects are very much important to what's creating the physical as well. Because it's all connected. Because it's all energy. Everything is energy. Second principle on the foundation. So, Sarah, would you like to share any?
I was actually just having a conversation that went along those lines with Sydney earlier today. And she was asking my feedback on what are some of the biggest changes I've experienced in playing this game, and what are the shifts I've noticed within myself. And it's funny, in the two and a half years I've been playing the game now, barely any of my feedback or the conversation was about the physical piece, about the fitness, about the working out. It was part of it, but it had to do with more so how I related to my physical body, not what it was doing. And the majority of the shifts I've experienced have been in consciousness, have been in how I relate to certain experiences that a couple years ago would have sent me in a tizzy. But now I can just kind of laugh in the face of them and move forward more powerfully. My relationships are richer, more intimate, and I'm more aware of the personal power that I possess and how I can harness that and how I can use that. That's what the Your Day Balance game gives you. Mm-hmm. And then you can take that, create much more magic from that, magnify that, expand upon that, and then maybe you can get a six-pack. Or maybe, you can do a pull-up, which I can. So that came after the internal work.
Yeah. So that's the byproduct of it all. The byproduct is the healthy, more greater version of yourself. And your body shapes up a little different.
I have like 6 people or 7 people like around the country who are watching and they missed the intro. Could you like just reintroduce yourself really fast, like the 30-second version?
My name is Anthony Strayhorn, personal trainer, balanced lifestyle coach, and officiator of the world-class Your Day Balance game.
Sarah Bivens, everything that he just said also.
Gia. Thank you.
Awesome. So there is an objective to the Your Day Balance game. All right, and it's not the objective. What am I saying? Purpose. I just actually
make every day your day.
To make every day your day.
Make every day your day. Today, this Wednesday.
Mantra, but I was trying to, get the idea behind it. Yes, and what that means is that when the health of your habits and perceptions, just meaning the way you see life, meaning your paradigm that you have, when they're powerful enough to create joy and peace in the face of circumstances each and every day, that's what it means to make every day your day. So it's a consciousness. It is a philosophy around how to perceive life in a way so that you can create you are creating empowerment as you go in life. Not just when you're flowing and everything is great, but when the shit hits the fan, can you still stay in peace? Because it's always easy to say, yeah, I'm a peaceful sage when stuff is flowing and everything is green. But when something doesn't flow, how can you stay in that place of peace? And this conversation helps you to take along tools that you can connect with, so that when the stuff hits, you're like Neo in the Matrix, like you can see that circumstance coming. You can okay, I see it. I see it. So your response ability increases versus your reactivity. So the stimulus comes, and there's a broader space in between your response in that moment. And that creates a lot more of a change or can shift in your whole life, and thus your health. So that's what the Your Day Balance game is really cool and intentional about.
And to add to that, you might have an idea of how you're experiencing certain things or how you're relating to certain things, but that's where feedback becomes really important, and we're really big on feedback here. We're really big on measurements. Yes, you may be able to talk it, but show it, be it, walk it. So that's where we really rely on the feedback in how we show up as it relates to our physical bodies, but also in how people experience us consciously. And it takes getting that feedback consistently and also from healthy sources. Maybe look around and see who you're hanging out with and where you're getting your feedback from, what those conversations are like. May not be the most accurate view of what's really going on. So if you're getting that feedback in an environment like this, where people are constantly working on themselves and we're all playing for greatness, that feedback can go a really long way and can take you to the next level.
Yes. Feedback helps you find and correct from your blind spots. We all have some here and there, so it's understanding that we might have some points where we're missing, especially when we're hitting blocks in our health and overall experience in life. So, yeah. So there's a such thing that playing the Your Day Balance game creates, and it's called magic. What is magic?
Magic, we dabbled a little bit into that earlier, but it's the ability to influence yourself, someone else, or life.
Yeah.
So that's what magic is in its most simple explanation, but magic is really huge.
A very obvious example is those that are new to this conversation, first timers. Someone has exercised some personal influence for you to come here. So that's a very basic.
Or watch.
Or to watch from home, live stream. So that's what magic is. And we'll have a segment at the end of the conversation for everybody to come up and say some magic. All right? And so now our speaker is going to come up and give the portion of this discussion where we delve into the rabbit hole a little bit more. We're going to follow Alice down the rabbit hole and go through some things and have some great conversations around consciousness and what that means. Because most of us think consciousness looks a certain way. A Kufi or dashiki or Tibetan guy counting a pair of beads. But it's really something more to it than that. It really is. When we get caught up in what it looks like, then that's when you get capped. So open up. Our speaker is Mr. Day Ayobi. He's here. Let's give him a round of applause.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, gracias. Today we're going to talk about stretching, lengthening. We'll get right into it. A big old L on that board, 7 building blocks. You might even have a guest come up here called Mimi Adeoba to share some insight on that as well. So, nevertheless, I already told you what the whole game is about. It is a big game, and every day we show up just to play it to win. It's important that you keep in that context of the game, lest you work hard at it. If it's a gamification, then you play it. You play to win. So, when this game is big, we have several beliefs that get this game to really activate in your world. This is a health and fitness game that's governed by love and balance. And that's what the Your Day Balance game is about. It's just a world-class health and fitness game that's governed by love and balance. So, if you're really into the consciousness of the game, you'll ask yourself, what is health? What is fitness? What is love? What is balance? And never pretend that you know it, but always stay in the inquiry of what it is. Stay fluid, my friend. And that's what the intention of this conversation is to stay open. Stay open to the possibility of what it is, and what you don't know, you don't know. It gets very exciting. To me, it's probably one of the greatest games in the world, and I'm talking about the game of self-mastery. I can't see a more important game. I still welcome anybody to come up here and share with me a more powerful, a more important game than mastery of yourself. Because it's through the mastery of yourself that you experience life. And that leads to one of our first cornerstone beliefs that make this game unique, fun, and interactive. And we say if the experience of life is a game, then there's an athlete in everyone. If the experience of life is the game you're playing, then there's an athlete in everyone. Everybody sitting in this chair right now is experiencing life. And don't collapse out with if life's a game. A lot of people think that the experience of life is the same as life's a game. No, if life's a game, then I can register all my wins as all the stuff I achieve, all the things I collect. Then I'm winning. But once you say the experience of life is the game, then it makes it a little more unique. Makes you really delve into the question of, I have this or I don't have this, but how am I experiencing it? Or guess what? If you're wondering how you're experiencing it, the truth shows up in your health and fitness. Because how you experience it is predicated upon your relationship. And that leads us to our fourth cornerstone belief, which is your health and fitness is the truth about your relationship to life. It's right there on that board in front of you. That's what we believe. Now you can wear that on as a shirt or you can disregard it. Some people disregard it. And thus create a different result in life. Those who wear it on, they probably have a clear understanding of what life is. Your health and fitness is the truth about your relationship to life. Your body is simply a printout of all your thoughts, your relationships, and your actions. That's it. It is the printer. If you want to see how well you're winning this game called your experience of life, which is your relationship, the totality of relationships creates your experience. I'll say it again, the totality of relationships creates your experience. If you want to see what the totality of those relationships look like, start understanding your health, because it's giving you feedback at every turn, every corner. From your body being tight, that's why we're talking about lengthening, to your body being loose. From your body being obese, to your body being lean. From your body being weak, to your body being strong. So all these things, from body having conditioning, where you can breathe, your body not being able to breathe, all those give you feedback on what's going on in your environments and how you're relating. So today we're going to delve into what that feedback is when your body is loose and tight generally, and how to improve that feedback so that your experience improves. That's what the conversation is about. So we just delve into different areas and just keep moving the conversation forward. Ultimately, my intention is that you leave here with something that you might not have been aware of and you became aware of to add to your peripheral. Or you leave here with a new inspiration to rep what you're aware of, but you put it on the back burner because you have so many things in this game to address. So, either or, I'm cool. I've achieved what I set out to do. And I'm making every day my day.
Hey.
Fire away, baby. Touche.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he likes his book. Got his attention, huh? How many people read this book? Yeah, that's a great book, huh?
That's what started it.
He said that's what got him started, huh? I was sharing earlier how much I really enjoy this book because in this game we have what we call the 7 building blocks, which is how we really move forward in our self-mastery. We're talking about breath. We're talking about aqueous or aqua. We're talking about lengthening, which we'll delve into today. Mimi has it up right here. We're talking about anaerobic, nutrition, cleanse, and energize. We see these as the 7 building blocks to build upon your health and fitness program. Within each one of these building blocks, there's an infinite number of habits, thought process, beliefs you can pick up that will move you forward, and some that will move you backwards. So we stay in a dialogue, in an open conversation, so we can focus on what's effective and move us forward, and never stop that conversation. Each one of those building blocks are infinite. So I was with my massage therapist probably back in 2002, 2003, and I was talking to her about this thing we always hear in sports. They say, do not release your semen before a big game. Raise your hand if you ever heard that. Some say don't have sex before a big game, but some say don't release your mojo, otherwise you're not going to get out there and do what you're going to do. And then as a young Padawan, you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to release and still crush it. I'm going to have sex, I'm going to jack off, whatever I want to do, and I'm going to still crush it. And so as I got older, I started working out and got in the gym, I said, you know what is the theory behind this? There's something going on here. They said it, I've seen it in sports, I've seen it in jail. So like, if you're going to make it here and not lose your mind, you better hold on to that. So I'm seeing different movies, they're always saying that. I'm like, what is the science behind it? Is there a truth to it, or is it just theory? And so I started practicing repping, seeing what it looked like to release semen, and then go work out hard. And see if there's any difference I noticed. Or if I got more energized, more excited. And after about a year of practice, I realized what was happening. I realized the truth to it. And it didn't get me. I always like to say, it didn't get me in the first 4 gears. If your car has 5 gears, I was fine from first to fourth. What does that look like working out? It looks like if I get underneath that weight, say for instance, I'm squatting. And in my mind, my maximum squat is about 450 pounds. Beyond that, I better get in some different beliefs. 450, I can possibly handle. Beyond that, I better believe I'm Superman or something. So I'm under 300 pounds. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling confident, That's probably about 3rd gear. Boom, boom, hitting that 300 pounds. And you got to stay sharp with that thought process because at 300 pounds plus, the slightest doubt can be catastrophic to your spine, to your joints, everything. So you got to go in there thinking razor sharp. There's only one tension: is to go down straight and come up straight. So then you get to 375. Now you're pushing 4th gear. Like, oh, this is that area where I got to really be sharp with my thoughts. So 375, 400, you're like, okay. Then you keep climbing. And then you get to that level where you're like, hey, is there a spot on here? If someone can spot me? Because I need to make sure I come up out of this one. Who can get my back? Because I need some assistance here. So in that way, you're like, okay, call out the dog. Someone needs to assist me. But at that point, it's like you want to believe that you're going to go beyond where you have gone before. And that's why I realized that if you release that semen before you get into something like that, that's called that fifth gear. That's called going beyond what you already believe you can do. You're not going to make it. You'll take that weight off your shoulders. You'll go down. You're going to believe all you want to believe, and you're not going to come up. I did that several times. I was like, when I got to that point where I wanted to believe myself to a new level, it's that fine line of, am I going to do it or not? Never came up if I released. If I didn't, I did come up 50, 60, 70% of the time. I'm like, boom, and you just see it moving. You're like shocked that it's moving up because there's so much weight. And so I fast forward. I went to my massage therapist. I was talking about it. I was like, there's something to it. I realized there's something to this. I practiced it over and over again, and it works. There's no fifth gear if I release that life force. There's no fifth gear. And she's like, oh. She's like, I got just a book for you. I said, all right, what is it? She said, you need to read this. It's about Qigong, life force, all the great, and sexual energy. I was like, oh. I said, you're going to teach us some Kama Sutra, some new sexual positions. This is going to be exciting. I said, I'm going to learn a little more about sex. And the greatest part about this book is when I opened up and looked at the front part of it, I was looking at the table of contents, and during this time, I already created the balance chart. I opened it up, and chapter 1 said, diet and nutrition. I said, Yeah, that's my mind. Chapter 2 said, fasting and excretion. Nah. These guys not talking about. No, we got to jump into the sex. What are they talking about all this before the sex? Let's jump into the sex. Chapter 3 said breath. Chapter 4 said exercise. And within chapter 4 it said loosening and stretching. And energized with the sexual energy and all that stuff. I was like, wow. I like this book said, if you're not on a balance chart, you have no business being in a sexual encounter. You're not even ready yet. It's too much. Women are a lot more powerful. You go in there, you're hurting them and yourself because you're just not prepared to step into that kind of